Hello guys,
Welcome to another topic. This is basic computer skills and problem solving from smart helpers and devices.
so tell us the number one problem that you have with your computer.
Okay, think about it, which is the most common problem that you have, and write that down. And hopefully, if it is what we've described, then you may be able to find a solution using this lesson. Okay, so the purpose, today we will learn about basic computer skills and problem solving to be able to design and write a simple program for problem solving in daily life, debug and edit, and following various data, information, and events in daily life, and choose to receive and utilize the data and information appropriately for learning by using foreign languages to search for and collect various data.
Okay, vocabulary. Number one, issue. Issue. It's also can also say a problem. So an issue with the problem, the same word.
Next is common. So as you can see, this is adjective. So common is something that describes something. So if a problem is common, then a lot of people have it. Okay? Or a common friend. If you have a friend who is common, then both of you know him. So common is something that is everywhere. Okay?
The second last, solution. Opposite from issue. So the solution from the issue.
And last is troubleshoot. So first you have an issue, which is the problem. Then you have the solution, which is the answer. And then troubleshooting is the verb. So when you find the problem and then find the solution to it, that process is called troubleshooting.
So what is computer? How does computer work?
So computer is actually just a machine, and any information that you give in, the computer does the processing and gives it back to you. Okay?
So here top 7 computer problems. Number one, the computer won't start.
Then the screen is blank,
When the screen is frozen.
or sometimes your computer is slow and you hear strange noises.
Or slow internet.
And finally overheating. Okay? So when you asked you in do now, think about whether the problem you had is among these problems.
So let's see for computer won't start.
Okay, so if your computer doesn't start, then usually it is a problem with the power supply, a faulty battery, or sometimes the heat sink or the fan on your processor has failed. Okay, so check that the computer is plugged in the power point correctly. Check if the power cables are correctly connected to the motherboard, and finally check if the fan on the processor is working.
So what we'll do if your computer screen is blank. So do the same, check to see if the monitor is plugged into a power point. Then check the connection between the monitor and the VGA or HDMI port. And then if it still doesn't work, then maybe it's an issue with the graphic card. Then number 4, a failed hardware will give you an error while loading the operating system.
So this is a very common problem. If the computer screen is frozen, always you can press Ctrl Alt Delete, open the task manager, and see what resources are being used. So if the CPU is 97% or if the RAM is 97%, it means that there is insufficient RAM. Okay? Freezing also occurs because of registry conflicts, corrupt or missing files, and many times because of spyware or viruses. Okay, so always try to reboot in safe mode and use an antivirus antivirus software to clean up your system. Another solution is you can try to upgrade your RAM, and the final solution is try to minimize the programs that run on startup, okay, and see if your computer screen unfreezes or it gets more efficient.
What do you do if your computer is slow? So then if your computer is slower than normal, you can often fix the problem simply by cleaning the hard disk of unwanted files. So you can just go to every file and then you just delete all the things that you don't need anymore. And check also your antivirus. Maybe you have some virus on the computer who makes your computer slower.
Okay, and finally, a lot of times your computer is slow because of your hard drive. Okay, so if you upgrade to a solid state drive, it is much cheaper than buying a new computer. Okay. And finally, if you hear strange noises from your computer, then it is mostly due to a hardware malfunction. And the only moving parts on a laptop, inside a laptop, are the fan. Okay? The fan and old hard drives also make a lot of noise when they move around. So check for your fan, check for your hard drive. And you should replace a noisy fan as soon as possible, because otherwise it can overheat your CPU.
If the internet is slow, before if the computer is slow, but here the internet. So to improve the internet browser performance, you need to clear cookies and internet temporary files frequently. So then you can just make a checkup and then you can see how fast is your internet.
If clearing the browser history and cache does not help, then it may be an issue from your service provider. And what do you do if your computer is overheating? So a heating computer actually lacks a sufficient cooling system. Okay, so you should if your computer is heating too much, you should let it rest, and always check if your fan is working properly. If that still does not solve the problem, you can insert more cooling coils, but always make sure you don't burn your motherboard or your CPU.
Okay, then here the video, troubleshooting common PC issues for users.
So the video will cover everything that we've just explained to you. So just take down notes for your thinking tool.
Okay, welcome back, and let's check for the diagram, basic computer skills and problem solving. So choose 3 computer issue and write down the solution.
Okay, and what I'm noticing is everyone is just writing one word or one line. Okay, so you can do that for the issue, you can write it in one line, but I want you to write down the solution properly. Okay, you can pause the video and you can copy everything from the video. Right?
So what about what you learned today? And then as usual, write the vocabulary in your notebook, in English and in Thai.
And the diagram is basic computer skills and problem solving, and do that diagram on an A4 size paper.
Okay, see you for the next video.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.